very sad day for Ghana football and for the whole world at large, most parts of the world, after the passing of Christian Atsu, confirmed by his agent, subsequently by his club, subsequently by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The president of the land has chipped in with tributes to the Ghana Black Stars man, a stalwart player. And if you look at all the tributes, it's interesting to note that most of them don't even talk about his abilities as a footballer, which, mind you, he was a good footballer. Young Player of the Year of AFCON 2015, but him as a human being, helping so many people across the country. He had a foundation and everything. Today I'm going to read through some of the tributes and read through the statements from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs about how the body will be recovered and brought to Ghana and everything in between. I'll also read to you the most touching of the tributes that I have read so far coming in for Christian Atsu. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. Before I jump into the tributes, throughout all Premier League centres, Newcastle, Bournemouth, Everton, all the clubs he had played for, they all paid tribute to him with a minute's silence and applause. And the most notable one was at Newcastle in their game versus Liverpool, where they lost 2-0. And Newcastle had his wife and his two children were in the stands when an applause was being given to Christian Atsu, their father, and it was quite an emotional moment for them. It was quite sad, and it was quite unfortunate that they had to experience that. But the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has given a press release on the remains of Christian Atsu. Now, the ministry stated in their statement that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration has received the unfortunate news of the recovery of the body of Christian Atsu from the rubble in his apartment. Now, following the earthquake which struck Turkey on 6th of February. Now, this comes after almost 12 days of tortuous search by a rescue team. Now, the Ghana Embassy in Turkey, which conveyed the sad news, indicates that the body was recovered early this morning, Saturday. The elder brother and twin sister of Christian Atsu and an officer of the embassy were present at the site when the body was recovered. Now, the government extends its deepest condolences to the widow and the family of Christian Atsu. The embassy is currently making the necessary arrangements with the assistance of the government of Turkey to have the body transported to Ghana for burial. The public will be updated further development. So it looks like Christian Atsu's body will be conveyed to Ghana, and the reports I got before recording this video were that it had landed in the country. I cannot confirm that emphatically, but those were some of the reports going around and some pictures were circulating. I'm not sure as to how true those stories are, but I've seen them, and I want you to know I'm not sure the body has landed yet. But that's what the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration has given us on that front. I'll start off with a tribute to Christian Atsu, and as I said, all Premier League centres observe the minute silence in honor of the Ghanaian. But the Ghana Black Stars captain, Andre Ayew, released a statement upon hearing the passing of Christian Atsu. He said, "I'm totally devastated. Christian was a good and genuine guy, a selfless individual who put smiles on our faces and the many people who encountered him. This has really hit me because this was not what I was hoping for. My prayer was that you would be found, but certainly not this way. For all the moments we shared and the support we gave each other, I will forever miss you. May Allah keep you, my brother Christian. Deepest condolences to Marie Claire, the kids, your family, and loved ones. Fare thee well, champ Christian Atsu." Before the game between Rio Ave and FC Porto, there was a tribute paid to Christian Atsu. His jersey he funny enough, had played for both clubs before, and they were facing each other the weekend in which he was found. It was quite interesting. But the most touching of the tributes that came in from Danilo. Yes, Danilo of Juventus, his former teammate. Danilo posted this on Instagram with a picture of Christian Atsu, and it was so touching because of all the footballing ability he had. What he's been remembered for most is how he was as a human being, how humble he was, how amazingly down to earth he was. And our moments considered normal can teach us great lessons, Danilo starts with on Instagram. I remember well, IFC Porto concentration lunches or dinners at the Sol Verde Hotel in Espinho, Portugal, where you always ate all the chicken and also the bone. That's right, the bone. We, in our superficiality, always laughed and said, "What's that hungry at you?" Until that day, even without having to, and always taking everything lightly, and with that wild smile, he explained to us that he had the habit of eating the bone because in childhood he learned not to waste anything that he had to eat, because I didn't know when and what it would be the next meal. What a punch in the stomach, if that's worth the pun. Between us, those last days of Porto, where you asked me for a souvenir shirt saying, when I'm a dad, I'll tell my kids that one day I played with Danilo. Just saying you are an inspiration without even knowing. I'll tell my kids that I played and met such a human being like you. Wow. This was the most touching of the tributes that I read going out for Christian Atsu throughout social media, and I have to say, it just goes to show the kind of person he is. A really, really down-to-earth man, a man who was humble, a man who was selfless, and a man who understood where he came from and looked to alleviate others. He had a foundation where he looked to build schools. He paid school fees of people he did not even know. He supported a lot of people across the world. Most of them are coming out to say it now. And he used to pay the fines of prisoners who had been charged with fines and given jail terms. He paid their fines because some of them could not pay it. And if you forfeit that payment, you go to jail. He used to do all that. He used to do so many things for a lot of people. And it was quite interesting what Danilo said here, that he did chew the bones because he did not know where the next meal would come from, and that has lived with him. Danilo, in his ignorance and laughing at him, learned a lesson, and it's sad that such a man has passed away, especially in such a manner. I came across an interesting revelation here on the page of George Ado Jr., yes, on Christian Atsu and his final days in Turkey. Now, it has come a report indicating here that Christian Atsu told the coach he wanted to take some more time before a match with Gaziantep. "Can I leave if I find a team?" he said. The coach accepted the request. He didn't play against Gaziantep, but scored a last-minute goal in the Kasim Basa match. Actually, he was going abroad to visit his family, but when he played well and scored, he cancelled his ticket. The earthquake happened on his happiest day. He had a flight at 11 p.m., cancelled the ticket. There was an earthquake at 4 a.m. Absolutely a tragedy. And it's really a matter of ifs or maybes. We cannot be sure what else could have happened. But that is the story, the backstory there. He had a ticket to visit his family and probably get a new club. He played well, scored a goal, cancelled his ticket, stayed, and the earthquake happened. Life can be funny at times. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. Tributes pouring out the most touching tribute to Christian Atsu from Danilo. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.